Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. This is the Monday that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. I'm excited about this follow-up discussion. So if you're coming on, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to hit the share button. Tag Lolly Dolly, everybody. Let them know Prophet Ramon and the squad and the entire Ramon Preston show. We are live in his house on this beautiful Monday. When it comes to work days of the week, Monday is my favorite day. So you know I'm excited about today. As you see, we have a different view, and we are just moving into our new suite. I ain't showing nobody no pictures or no videos yet until we get everything done. But good afternoon for those of you that are coming on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. If you with Elon Musk up there on Mars with the Martians, give them a shout out and let them know the Ramon Preston show is live. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody. Let them know that we're getting ready to have a great discussion today on why every entrepreneur needs a business assessment, okay? If you're watching live, even if you're not watching live, I don't care where you're at this point, I want you to drop in the comments the city you're watching from, okay? Let me know what city you're watching us from. Drop in the comments the name of the city that you're watching from. I always love to give a shout out when I can, but I also love to give people who are watching from different parts of the world an opportunity to see where people are actually watching from. I mean, we have people watching our show from all places, not just in the United States of America, not just in the hood where I'm from, but from Hollywood. We got people from the south side all the way to the north side, the east side, the west side. So we just want to give people an opportunity to see who's watching the show, who's getting value from the show, and we want to keep that interaction. We want to keep that feedback going. So shout out to all of you. Thank all of you for continuing to watch the Ramon Preston show. If you don't know, I want you to know. Now you should know. I am Prophet Ramon Preston, the host of the Ramon Preston show, and we come to you every Monday through Friday, literally every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, bringing you real biblical information and education, and to some extent, I might have moments of entertainment, but the information and the education is centered around biblical economics. A part of our assignment in this season is to really help bring economic deliverance and breakthrough into the lives of the people of God. So if you believe that God is raising you up in this season, particularly for entrepreneurship, if you believe that God is raising you up to be a financial deliverer, to be the financer of your family, to create a legacy, to be the CEO and the leader of your last name, whatever the case is, it could be all of the above, then the information that we provide, the content that we share, even on this show, is designed to help you get what you need so that you can actually start, structure, and scale your business, your ministry, your income streams, your wealth building dreams, or all of the above. It really doesn't matter. And all of the content that we share, literally all the content we share, comes from one, if not all three, of our primary vehicles that we use, whether it's through our consulting group, our coaching program, or our online university. We use those three vehicles to provide what people need in terms of structuring rather, and scaling their businesses, their ministries, their income streams, or even their wealth building dreams, or all of the above. So while you're watching the show, we're going to be dropping some information in the comments. So if you have a desire to receive professional business consulting, we're going to provide that opportunity for you like we do for many people every day. If you have a desire or have an interest in receiving a professional business coaching for yourself, for your marriage, for your church, your business, or just for some ideas, we're going to provide that opportunity for you. And or if you just desire or have an interest in learning and educating yourself about financial literacy, entrepreneurship, business ownership, real estate investing and wealth building, we're going to provide that opportunity for you. And you might just be like me. I want it all. Give me the consulting, give me the coaching, and give me the education and training. Well, guess what? We're going to provide that opportunity for you. And we have some special offers today that we're going to be sharing with you, especially if you really want to be educated and trained, and if you want me and my team to walk alongside of you for extended period of time to make sure that you properly start your business, properly start your wealth building strategies, properly structure them and scale them. We have a program that is tailor-made for you. So again, drop the name of the city in the comments and give us an opportunity to know where you're watching from. I always go back and look at the comments, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, whether it's on LinkedIn, Twitter. It doesn't matter. I always go back and I double check. I have a good team of people who work with me in terms of our marketing. They do an amazing job. I have a content creator, my son. He is our social media manager and content creator. He does an extraordinary job as well. But I like to go on there and see what's going on, especially when people be throwing shade and, you know, spewing that little hate because they can't make sense of what someone like me in the Christian community is doing. But nevertheless, we ain't putting no energy, no time, no effort, no words towards anybody who doesn't understand what God is doing in our lives. My wife just prophesied yesterday in church, and she said, among a lot of things she said, one of the things she said was, it's our winning season. So we winning, y'all. We ain't playing no games. We taking it to the next level. So today I want to talk about why every entrepreneur needs a business assessment. Why, if you are an entrepreneur, do you need a business assessment? You really do need it. And I'm going to show you why you need it. By the way, if you have any questions that you want to ask while we're on the show live, all you have to do, we got it in the comments, is dial 678-922-1963, extension 1. It's in the comments. Look in the comments. There's a number that you can dial. And if you dial that number, guess what? It's coming directly to my cell phone. And I'll answer your question while we're live. Just don't be calling, throwing no shade now, because I'll clap back in a New York minute. But if you have a question, a legitimate question about starting, structuring, or scaling your business, your income streams, your ministry, your wealth building strategies or ideas, give me a call, holla at your boy, so I can give you some game on what you need to do. We in his house for real, for real. Why every entrepreneur needs a business assessment? Well, first of all, let me give you a clear working definition for what a business assessment is. And just in case you was on here Friday, you like, didn't we talk about that Friday? Well, I had to get off early. I think we were probably about 15 minutes in, and we were scheduled to move. We were in one side of the building and we was moving, which we've moved now. We were moving into a whole suite. We doing it real big up here in Buckhead. We was moving into a suite, into our own wing, and they told us that they would be bringing furniture to fill the rooms up Friday, right? Yeah, because we got several rooms we're filling up with furniture, and we just had to get everything situated. We wanted to make sure our studio area was set up right, and they told my PA, my personal assistant, that it's probably going to be somewhere between 12 and 1. I'm thinking it's going to be closer to 1. We get on the live show, and probably like 4 minutes in, they calling her saying, we here. Where y'all want this furniture at? So I had to cut it short, but I wanted to come back, bounce back, so that we can follow up on this discussion. Because again, if you are interested in, or in the process in, or if you just struggling with starting, structuring, and scaling a business, or a income stream, or a new business or new income stream, whether it's a new or current one, or if you're struggling or interested in, or in the process of starting and structuring and scaling some type of ministry or some idea that you have, that means you need a business assessment. A lot of people, especially in our community, when I say our community, I'm talking about a few communities. I'm talking about the black community, because I'm black, the faith community, because I'm a faith leader. And so when you think about our community, we don't always have access to the professional level of solutions and services that we actually need in order to succeed in the things that we're doing. So we can be extremely gifted, we can be extremely talented, we could be extremely experienced, and to some extent, a lot of people in our communities are extremely educated, but they're educated with a different type of information. And so just because you have a certain level of education or information or even experience or gifts and talents doesn't mean you're going to succeed when it comes to real business. And so I have had to figure that out in my 18 plus years of being a full-time entrepreneur. And it's important for me to share it with my people, with my community. So I want to show you why every entrepreneur needs a business assessment. Here's what a business assessment is. A business assessment is considered, by definition, this is like the bougie version of a business assessment. It is a systemized, that's a bougie word in itself. Like, ooh, it's a systemized. It's a systemized. So it ain't shabby. It ain't shade tree. It's a systemized procedural analysis and reporting of key performance indicators, or KPIs, that's what experts call it, that can accurately communicate your current reality, your opportunities, and even the gaps that are in between your reality and your opportunities. So I know that's kind of like bougie and sophisticated, so let me give you my version, the ghetto version, the remix version, the profit/Paco version of a business assessment. A business assessment is basically a shakedown. It's a shakedown. It's you sitting down in front of a professional, telling that professional what you are trying to do with your income, what you're trying to do with your business, what you're trying to do with ideas, with your investments, with your inventions, with your ministry. And when you share that, they basically perform a shakedown. They're gonna shake it to see what's loose and what ain't loose, what's good, what ain't good. That's a real professional business assessment. So think about it. Let's say if you had an idea to start a business and you just went out there and got your little LLC, because everybody and their auntie got LLCs today. It doesn't mean you started and structured it correctly. It doesn't mean that you packaged your ideas into products and services correctly. So there's so many layers to you just saying, oh, I'm finna start a business, or God gave me this great idea, oh, I'm just good in this area and I'm sick of working, so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this on the weekend. It doesn't mean you put it together properly. But if you started with a business assessment, and even if you didn't start with a business assessment, guess what? We can push reset buttons every day. We can push reset buttons every day. I get business assessments. I get business literally, and I'm not capping. I'm glad I got people that are around me, that work for me and with me, and that are part of our organization, that if I'm capping, they'll be looking at me like sideways, like, now come on. Now you know good and well you lying. But here's why I'm bringing that up, because I get a business assessment, literally a business assessment every quarter. I pay to get business assessments. I have professional people that work with me and that we pay to perform business assessments on our organization. And I'm talking about professional people who are licensed, professional people who are certified, professional people who do what we need them to do for us. They do this for multi-million-dollar businesses, because we understand how important it is, at least every quarter, for us to press the reset button, or in other words, for us to have companies that understand where we're trying to go. We understand how important it is for them to come in and basically shake us down. Let me know what ain't working. Let me know what is working. And so that's what a business assessment is. Listen to this. A business assessment creates two things. A business assessment creates two things. This is why you need one. Number one, a business assessment creates the blueprint for your business's design. This is one of the reasons why I came up with this blueprint game plan program, because a business assessment, hear it again, it creates the blueprint for your business's design. So if you go buy a parcel of land and you say, you know what, I want to build a house, all right? Well, in order for that house to start building, you don't go get no contractor, or you don't go get no plumber, or you don't go get no painter, or you don't go get no furniture, and you say, oh, I'm finna put my furniture out here on a piece of land. No, you don't even have the building built. Because you know why? You need architects, you need engineers, you need professionals to create what we call a blueprint. And the blueprint helps to craft the design of what will manifest at some point when the contractor starts building, when the plumber shows up, when the electrician shows up. Because when they all show up, they actually show up to a building that has already been designed on a blueprint. So a business assessment creates the blueprint for your business's design. That means you are able to identify with not just what needs to be formed in terms of a business, but how it actually needs to be structured. How does it need to be packaged? How does your products and your services need to be packaged? What if you ain't got products and services, but you got ideas? You got things that float around in your mind and you're trying to figure out, dog, is this a real product or is this a service? For those of you that are like me, you're in ministry in the marketplace. What are you doing that's actually business and what are you doing that's actually ministry? I can't tell you the number of people that I consult and coach and train on a regular basis, many of whom are doing both. They're doing ministry and business. And initially, before they get a business assessment, they got things that they want to do for business under the umbrella of ministry. They got things they want to do for ministry under the umbrella of business. And they don't understand the difference. You know why? Because they're on the other side of the desk. But because they put themselves in a position to receive a business assessment, the first part of that business assessment creates a blueprint for their business's design. Somebody do me a favor, whether you're a part of our program or not, can you please, just for the sake of doing it, because I want to feel some kind of way today, can you please drop in the comments #blueprint? Can you drop in the comments just for the sake of doing it? Can you drop in the comments? I'm finna throw that up right there. Y'all see that behind me? Boom. The blueprint game plan. I'm capping on a positive level right now. So drop that in the comments. #blueprint. This is the first thing. This is the first thing that your business assessment creates. Now, guess what? Even if you're a minister, whether you're a pastor, a traveling evangelist, a prophet, or whatever you are in ministry, you actually need a business assessment for your ministry. You really do. You really need a business assessment for your ministry because you need people to help you identify with certain things. I'm going to get to those in a minute. So a business assessment creates two things. Number one, it creates what? It creates a blueprint for your business's design. So that means when you get a business assessment, you gotta figure out, okay, what is the best way this business needs to be structured? Where does it need to be structured? How does it need to be structured? What tools and what elements or what components do we need to integrate into this thing that we put in together called the business or ministry? That's going to be very important because when you don't do this, or let's say if you hadn't done that and you running a business right now, even if you're making money in that business, it doesn't mean you're not failing. It doesn't mean that you're succeeding. It just means that you're making a little money, but you don't really know what your potential is. You could be making $50,000 a year in your business, but if you assessed it correctly, you could be making $500,000. And definitely, if you ain't making enough money to be paid in your business, you really need a business assessment because there's a lot of potential that you probably didn't even identify with. You didn't see it because you don't see your own blind spots. You need professionals to come in and to help you do that, or you at least need to open yourself up to that. Here's the second thing a business assessment creates. It creates the game plan on how you get from point A to point Z in your business. So once you put, like you see behind me, you see that behind me. Once you put a blueprint to design and craft your business together, then you need a game plan. Okay, now that I've structured my business correctly, it makes sense to me. Okay, how am I gonna move forward with this thing? Well, that's what a game plan is. A game plan is going to show you how to get from point A to point B or point Z. And guess what? Your point A might be, I'm still working on my job. I ain't making enough money on my job. I ain't even got no money to start a business, but I know I need to. Or I got a ministry that I need to launch. Or I got an idea or something. This is actually something that you need to do. So, you good? You got a question?
On Facebook.
What's the question?
It says, hey, I have a lot of questions and ideas, but I need a simplified blueprint to even build a foundation eventually. That's my thoughts are currently. I need an immense amount of help immediately. Where do I start? Okay, let me read. That's Facebook. Castor Troy.
Castor Troy. The question is, hey, I have a lot of questions and ideas, but I need a simplified blueprint to even build the foundation effectively. That's how erratic my thoughts are currently. I need an immense amount of help immediately. Where do I start? Well, you can start at one of three places, at least from my perspective. If you are a do-it-yourself individual where you can self-learn without any human assistance and without any professional providing you solutions, this is why we've built our blueprint game plan. This blueprint game plan has in it courses that you have access to from your phone, from your tablet, from your computer. It is virtual, video-based training, so you're able to watch the videos whenever you want to, wherever you want to, at any time, at any place in the world. But again, if you are a self-learner and if you're very good with doing things yourself, then this blueprint game plan has built into it programs to teach you the most important aspects of financial literacy, starting and structuring a holding company or a business and ministry or ministry conglomerate. So if you have a lot of ideas, a lot of like products and services and business ideas that you want to bring together to make sense, this training program in and of itself helps you concentrate that and contextualize that. But again, it works real good for those who are self-learners and who are willing and able and wanting to train themselves the proper way when it comes to starting, structuring, and scaling their businesses. So that would be one direction I would recommend you to go. The next direction would be for you to either receive coaching or consulting. Now, I'm both. I have a coaching program and I have a consulting business. The consulting business is typically better catered to individuals who have some type of business going on because of the costs that are typically associated to receiving consulting. In my professional experience, I've seen more results with people who received coaching because coaching is more individual as it is infrastructure, which means when you're receiving business coaching, at least from someone like me, you actually get coaching from a consultant. So a part of my coaching you is to show you how you take all those ideas, package those ideas into products and services, but to also show you how to structure your business, preferably as a holding company, so that you can stay at the top of the mountain as the thinker, as the innovator, as the genius. And under your holding company, you can have divisions and subsidiaries where there are no limitations and there's no ceiling. So now when you have an idea, you can drop that idea in your business as a division or as a subsidiary, and you don't have to worry about being capped out or being throttled by your own ingenuity. So that's a decision that you would have to make, even if it's not with someone like me. You're going to have to get the specialized training, whether it's from our platform or someone else's platform. And the specialized training is in how to build an infrastructure that complements and supports your creativity. Because see, I'm one of those people where my team will tell you, I come up with ideas every day. I got 30 new ideas a week that I'm coming up with. But because I understand infrastructure, meaning that I understand how my business needs to be built, I understand how my business is built and how other businesses should be built for people like me who are real high performers, who are very creative. We crazy, we wild, we just doing 1,000 things at one time. We got all kind of doors in our mind opened up for the next best thing. So that means my business has to operate in a way that it complements and it caters to my cray-crayness. And it does. And so is that I come across, especially entrepreneurs who are in the church, who are in the faith community. They're extremely prophetic, extremely gifted, got 1,000 ideas. Their mind is running 1,000 miles per hour. So when you structure your company the right way, every time you get an idea, you have a system that you put together. So that's a decision you would have to make. But I would say for starters, you can receive training where it's at your pace. If you just want to go head first and say, no, I want the training, but I also want coaching from a consultant who could actually show me how to put it together. So once I get started, I don't have to keep stopping. That's why I do it the right way the first time. So that would be either a coaching program like what we have or consulting services. So if you want to have a consultant, then that's probably going to be a higher ticket item that you're going to pay. I would prefer you be a part of a coaching program because now you have an extended period of time that you can get around other like-minded people. You can go through the process of developing your business and developing your products and your services, and you're in a window in that program that could monitor it and could gauge your progress and help you reset in between. So that's something that you have to take into consideration. If you would like to be a part of our coaching program, we have a 1-year business coaching program that's still open right now. I'm leaving it open for a little bit more time because I want to really provide as much value to our people. This 1-year business coaching program is literally 52 weeks that me and my team are coaching you for 1 year. So 52 weeks, there's a touch point every week, whether that touch point is a one-on-one coaching session, a coaching call, a virtual training assignment, a group coaching mastermind, or other assignments that we add to it. For 52 weeks, there's a touch point that we provide for you to keep you on track. But the biggest part of that coaching program is that we have an initial coaching session when you sign up. And we use that initial coaching session to actually structure your business or your organization the correct way. If you already started a business, we show you how to restructure it so that you can be creative, so that you don't lose your ingenuity. So this 1-year coaching program is available now for a small window. We're going to leave it open until we just feel like we got too many people and we're not going to be able to accommodate anymore. But for now, it's available, and we're offering a 2-year payment plan. So you actually get a 1-year coaching program with me and my team for a 2-year payment plan. That's how easy I'm making it. And I think out the gate, you may be paying like what, $208 a month for the coaching program. And you get our blueprint game plan for free. So I give you the blueprint game plan for free. So this program, you would typically buy it outside of the coaching program. If you're part of the coaching program, I get it all to you for free so that while I'm working with you, while my team is working with you, you have access to our training so you can learn the right way how to start, structure, and scale whatever it is that you're doing. So again, a business assessment creates 2 things. Number 1, it creates what? It creates the blueprint for your business's design. That's what it creates. Number 1. We got another question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said, on here, I have started a church. Can you help me get necessary documents?
Yes. The question is, I have started a church. Can you help me get necessary documents? Again, I guess I need to pull this up again. I just took it down. In our blueprint game plan, and maybe I can just come over here since you said that. You was like, you can stand up now. Come on, somebody.
You're still in the way.
I'm still in the way? How?
Okay, I got you. You got it.
I'm not in the way no more.
Good.
See that? I'm on the side, y'all. For those of you that are interested in getting this blueprint game plan, but I want to answer your question. Your question was, you started a church and you're looking at getting the necessary documents. In our blueprint game plan, in this program that you see in front of you, I'm getting ready to pull it up. You can actually go to RamonPrestonUniversity.com. Do you have that in the
Yes.
comments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You could check the comments and you'll see the link to our university. Okay? When you go to our university training program, I'm pulling it up right here now. When you go there, you'll see that there's a link to our blueprint game plan, which is right here. If you click on there, I'm talking to you that asked a question about your church and the documents you need. I just want to show you inside of this blueprint game plan. So you may be saying, dog, I got to buy the whole blueprint in order to get the documents for the church. Yes, and I understand why it's important for you to have access to this other information, because I run a nonprofit church-controlled charter, and I run a for-profit organizational enterprise as a holding company. And so what I have witnessed in my experience as a professional business consultant and coach is, when you start your church, if I just give you information for the forms that you need to properly structure your church legally and logistically with the paperwork, what happens is you're going to run into other issues, like, how do I manage the day-to-day operations of the business side of my church? How do I properly staff my church? All of these things are business related. And so if you don't have that information, it's going to affect you. What kind of systems do I need to use in terms of like my accounting systems, my marketing systems, it ain't sales, but it's my service systems, because you're not selling products necessarily as a church, but you're providing services. And so you need to understand the revenue aspect of those services, because if you don't understand that aspect of it, you just got a good idea on paper and you're not generating revenue to keep furthering the mission of your church. However, I just want to show you, if you go to the blueprint game plan, you'll see there's a church and nonprofit startup kit. We do not offer this kit outside of the blueprint game plan, because again, in the past, when we did offer it and people purchased the church and nonprofit startup kit, within a few months they came back saying, oh, by the way, I need to learn how to start a business so that my church can generate revenue. I need to learn how to market my church. I need to know how to hire staff and put top people in positions. All these things they need to learn, which makes up the totality of our blueprint game plan. But you can go to RamonPrestonUniversity.com. We have a blueprint game plan. It's one program, about 20 courses, but one of our kits in here is a church startup kit. So if you already started your church, that means you got your corporation papers as a nonprofit, right? All of this information is in here. These are all documents and forms that are in PDF that you can upload to your computer and print out and put them in a file. I actually have a link here for you to get your corporation kit. So when they send you your kit, you can put all your forms in your ministry corporate kit. We have instructions for your 1023 form. That's for your 501c3. We give you instructions on how to submit it. We have a template or a sample certificate of ordination. We have a reimbursement policy in there, a conflict of interest policy. We have constitution and bylaws for your church and instructions on how you fill it out. And we got the steps that you need for starting your church just in case you didn't incorporate it correctly. We're getting ready to add to it. I have a few other documents that every time we get new documents, we just keep adding those documents to it. So the good thing about having access to our program is anytime I get new documents from the companies that we work for, if it's updated documents or if it's something where the laws have changed, we add that on there for free. But I just wanted to share with you, there were a few new documents that we were working on. Maybe that's in my other folder. Okay, here it is. We're going to be adding within the next couple days a compensation form. That's a very important form. So if you're pastoring a church or you're running a ministry, we're going to have a form in there to show you how you put a compensation plan together. We're going to add a self-employment exemption form. So if you are a full-time ministry and you are called to the ministry and you're really not working another job, you can actually exempt out of paying self-employment taxes as a minister. We're going to put a housing allowance form in there. So there are other forms that we're going to be adding to that. But again, if you need those forms, they're a part of our blueprint game plan. And we paid well over $10,000 when we first got all of our paperwork situated and legitimized. And most ministries or nonprofits that have international church-controlled charters like us pay a lot of money to get it done as well. So if you're interested in that, you can go to Ramon Preston University, or you can just reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to walk with you through the process of obtaining that, and just answering any other questions that you might have. So if you have any more questions, just feel free to reach out to me. All the information is in the comments, and if you just want to talk a little bit and get some more answers on our program, the number is in the comments. So again, we only have a few minutes left. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's about your church, your ministry, your outreach, your foundation, your nonprofit, whether it's about your business, your side hustle, your income streams, some idea that you got, some product or service you're trying to push in the marketplace and you're having a problem getting it out there. Whatever the situation is, I want you to reach out to me. I want to make myself available. That's why we're using this show, to really bring as much value as we possibly can. So as I mentioned before, a business assessment creates two things. Number one, it creates the blueprint for your business's design. That's important for you to have. Number two, it creates the game plan on how you're going to get your business from point A to point Z. There has to be some type of game plan. Now, here's what I want you to understand about a business assessment, because it is not, watch this, it is not about vision. This is where a lot of people mess up at when it comes to them thinking about a business assessment. A business assessment is not about vision. So you can have the best vision ever. That has nothing to do with a business assessment. A business assessment is not about you having or not having a vision. It's not about a mission. It's not about a passion. It's not about a desire. It ain't about no ambition. Hey, for you church people, I'm finna really step on them toes. It ain't about faith. Not a business assessment. A business assessment is not about vision and mission and desire and passion and ambition and faith. I'm going to tell you what a business assessment is about. You want to write these three words down? I'm going to tell you what a business assessment is about. A business assessment is about information. A business assessment is about insight. A business assessment is about implementation. That don't sound like faith. And there are implications to faith. But let me tell you what James say, for those of you that are church folks and you like, nah, you off there, prophet. Here's what the Bible said in the book of James. Faith without works is dead. The Bible says in the book of James, faith without works is dead. I'm explaining to you that a business assessment ain't even about faith, because faith without works is dead. And if you translate that word faith in the Greek Septuagint, if you that deep, I know they like, boy, he just be going there. If you translate the word faith from the Greek Septuagint, all right? If you go way back to the Greek archives, all right, or to the antiquities of Jewish culture, you're going to find out that the word faith actually means or translates occupation. So faith without occupation, faith without, watch this, information, insight, and implementation is actually dead. So having a business assessment, sitting down with a real professional and giving your ideas a shakedown, giving your income opportunities a shakedown, giving your ministry a shakedown, giving your dreams and your goals and all these revelations a shakedown, doing that through what we call a business assessment, it's about information. It's about you being well informed, correctly informed on what actually works for you. And it's about you gaining greater insight into how business actually works, how doing what you want to do or what you feel God told you to do actually works. A business assessment is also about implementation. It's about you learning not just what to do, but learning how to do it and how to succeed in it. These are things that I'm telling you, until I figured out, I was just hustling. I was just grinding. I wake up every day. That's how I was built. I can wake up every day and get out there and make something happen and make me a couple dollars. I'm going to eat as long as I want to eat if I ain't on no fast, because I'm a hustler, I'm a grinder, I'm a go-getter, I'm a survivor. I know how to be a lion and get out there and kill something just to make today a successful day for me and my family. But it doesn't mean I was a successful business owner. It doesn't mean I was running an organization the correct way. It just means that I had the will and the drive and the effort and the ambition and the faith and all those other words to at least get up and make something happen. But I was not succeeding because there were certain things that I was missing. And so you need information, you need insight, you need implementation. And that's what a business assessment is about. Now, I'm gonna start sliding in the home plate with this just in case y'all getting bored. But most business assessments are centered around what experts call a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis. You can actually Google what I'm talking about. Even the theological stuff I was saying earlier. Google it. I know I'm not that goofy. There's a business concept called a SWOT analysis, okay? And this SWOT analysis is it is like a gateway into a business assessment. Like if a business assessment is a room, a SWOT analysis can be considered the door to the room. The SWOT is an acronym for S, strengths, W, weaknesses, O, opportunities, and T, threats. So when a SWOT analysis is taking place through a business assessment, that SWOT analysis is being used to identify with the strengths of your business ideas, the strength of your ministry, the strengths of your financial situation, the weaknesses of those areas, the opportunities in those areas, and the strengths. And so that's what a business assessment is supposed to provide for you. It's supposed to provide for you that game plan, that blueprint. But how you develop that game plan and that blueprint, it's really interconnected to what experts call a SWOT analysis. So you sit down with me, we got to identify what your strengths. What are your strengths? I'm talking about what are your core competencies? What are the strengths of your structure and your system and your staff? Do you have the right structure? Do you have the right systems? Do you have the right people? Are you the right person? Is that the right business? I just consulted somebody last week. I'm telling you the truth. I just consulted somebody last week. It was like an consultation. It wasn't even like something official. It was just something I do because I do it in my sleep so much. So, and I get people always asking me questions about business and finances and ministry and stuff. And I'm cool with that. I love giving game out. But I wanted to bring this up, but I'm talking to them. And while I'm talking to them and they're explaining to me the situation that they're dealing with in their business, I'm hearing something totally different. Like the business they're in is not even the business that they're in. You probably just missed what I said.
So, Dan, do me a favor.
What?
Let the guy know from the church about the church to look in the comments.
Okay.
Just put the phone number because he want to know. He want to reach out to you. He's trying to do ministry by himself with the little knowledge I have, but I'm failing. I've been trying to look for someone to help. I saw your do-it-yourself kit.
Okay.
So tell him.
What's his name?
It's got Enlightening Your Faith.
Okay. Well, just my personal assistant, Enlightening Your Faith. Is that YouTube?
Yes, YouTube.
The gentleman or lady, I'm not sure who it is. Gentleman. On YouTube, Enlightening Your Faith. We're here for you. We want to help you. We want to make things easy for you, especially because you're called to ministry. So just look in the comment section. My personal assistant, Valicia Jones. She said Valicia Jones. That's the bougie term. Her name is Valicia Jones, but she Valicia to me. Her name and information is in the comments. Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to give you whatever game and wisdom and advice and direction and information that I possibly can. I don't want you to fail, and I appreciate you for even reaching out and for being open and transparent enough to share that in the YouTube comments. And we don't take that lightly. We take that seriously, and we want to help you. So please get the information. Reach out to me once we get off this live, and I'm here to speak with you today, okay? So we have a SWOT analysis, the strengths. We got to think about, what are your strengths? Do you have strengths in your products and your inventory? Strengths in your pricing. You know, your pricing can be a strength. Your pricing can be a strength. Your products and your services can be a strength. Your structure, how you structure your organization, the systems that you use in your organization, and even the staff. We're not talking about just people that you hire. It may be volunteers. It may be family that's just helping you from time to time. It may be independent contractors that you outsourcing certain processes or products and systems from. That's a part of your staff. That could be a strength or a weakness. What are some of your weaknesses? Some of your weaknesses can actually be mental. You can have mental weaknesses. When I say mental weaknesses, I'm talking about your mind is not willing to be wrapped around the fact that you got to change, that you need to, just like this gentleman said, the gentleman or whoever it was on YouTube, who? His name, Happy. Okay, Happy. Okay, he was being honest and saying, hey, listen, I'm struggling. I don't know if I'm coming or going to some extent, so I need help. You got to be honest and open and transparent. So you got to look at your strengths, you got to look at your weaknesses, but then you got to look at your opportunities. What are some of your opportunities? Well, some of your opportunities can be chances. People get a chance every day. I mean, it tickles me. It really does. And I'm saying tickle. I guess I'm saying that facetiously. It tickles me how many people are around me and they see what I'm doing and have a chance to be a part of it. And because of whatever the reasons, because I really don't care what the reasons are. I'm minding my business. But for whatever the reasons are, they so hung up on whatever those reasons are, they miss a chance to actually do something, to do better, to be better. Because I'm continuing to evolve. I'm continuing to work on being a better version of me. I'm continuing to reinvest in myself. I'm reinvesting in my marriage. One of our spiritual daughters came to me yesterday in church and embraced me and cried and sowed a seed into me and was just like buku crying. And the whole time she just kept saying, I just love and appreciate how you love your wife, how you take care of your wife, how you support her. Because I'm showing up every week because my wife is pastoring. Of course I'm showing up every week, but I just appreciate her acknowledging that because she's watching from afar. She's seeing how me and my wife interact. But that comes from me taking chances and accepting the chances that are given to me every day to show up. I want to show up and be a better husband. I want to be a better father, grandfather, papa to my grandbabies. I want to be a better spiritual father. I want to be a better brother, a better son, a better friend, a better business owner. So that means I got to learn. I got to train. I got to develop. The grind ain't just me out there rolling my sleeves up, banging something out physically. Sometimes the grind is sitting my behind down and learning something, educating myself, reading, humbling myself, listening to other people who are actually doing more than me. That's a part of the grind. And those could be weaknesses for you or strengths for you. And they should be opportunities for you. And then we got threats. Threats are more immediate things. Think about some things that are like immediately affecting you right now. Some of y'all might say, okay, if you had to identify with a threat to your business right now, a threat to your grind. Oh, let me put it this way, because I hear this all the time. I hear this every week. If you needed to join this coaching program and start training on the blueprint and start developing the right business or ministry system, and if I were to ask you, if there was one threat stopping you from joining today, that's like a good segue. If there was one threat stopping you from joining today, I guarantee 9 out of 10 people will say, my biggest threat that's stopping me from joining today is money. It ain't really money, it's your mindset. Because money is not the problem. I've gotten indoors with no money. Period. I've gotten opportunities with no money. Because my faith set a dynamic in motion that changed the circumstance because I was willing to show up with or without. I was willing to make a commitment without it. You know how many times we make a commitment? Think about it. You drive to a car lot. If they give you a car, that car can be 50 grand. Matter of fact, if you go to a car lot, the more the car is, the quicker most people will take the car. As long as they give it to them with little to no money. So you could get a $20,000 car and they say, okay, in order to get this $20,000 car, you need to put $2,500 down. But they say, we'll give you a $50,000 car for no money down. Most people are going to take the $50,000 car, right? So that means they're willing to commit to drive a car that's worth more than their whole life because they put money as a threat. When it's their mindset. And that was for free. So I'm finna go because we got a long day ahead of us. We got an amazing day. As you see, it's a beautiful day in the Buckhead community of Atlanta. For those of you that have not heard about what we are offering, we have a 1-year business coaching program. 1-year business coaching program. It is me, my team, for 52 weeks, providing touch points every week for a whole year. Those touch points are one-on-one coaching sessions, coaching calls, virtual training assignments, because you get the blueprint game plan for free for the year that you're in the program. Group coaching masterminds, which, by the way, we have one coming up in about 12 days. Right here in our Buckhead headquarters, and we're hosting group coaching masterminds regularly. Now that we've moved into our new suite, we have a training room and a conference room that we're able to bring groups of people together and host regular masterminds, regular workshops, regular boot camps for our current clients and for individuals who want to come and be a part of our organization, because we're going to continue to be growing this year, expanding. We have so many goals that we're reaching this year, and I know we're going to hit them all because we have enough momentum. And guess what? We're just committed to lean in. We ain't thinking about the weaknesses or the threats. We're looking at the strengths and the opportunities, and we're willing to sign on the dotted line. So if you're interested and you really believe that, you know what? Not only do I need a business assessment, I need a business consultant. I need a professional coach to help me start, structure, and scale my business, my nonprofit, my income streams, my wealth building dreams, because I want to be free. I want to be full-time in business or ministry. I want to succeed, and I need a professional to help me really cross that threshold, get past those roadblocks so I can get to my next level. If that's you, I want you to reach out to me today. I want you to reach out to me today. A lot of people be listening to me and they think, okay, he just huffing and puffing. Then the moment come and everything that I offered yesterday is no longer available today. And they like, dog, I wish I got in on it, because if it worked for him, if it worked for them, it would have worked for me. You got to make the commitment. You got to lean in. You got to make a decision. Stop putting time in between where you are and where you want to be. Move time out the way and say, I'm in, prophet. I want you to reach out to me today. We're offering a 24-month payment plan, a 24-month payment plan. There's no reason why you cannot reach out to me today, join our 1-year coaching program today, pay one of 24 payments, which is like pennies on the dollar. And when you sign up today, we're going to send you your initial coaching assessment form. You're going to fill that form out on our virtual training platform. Once you submit it and we get it, we're going to, matter of fact, if you call today and sign up, I'm going to have my personal assistant to schedule your first coaching session immediately. So whether it's in person or whether it's virtual on Zoom live, we're gonna schedule your first coaching session. And during that first coaching session, I'm telling you, I wish I had if this was like a Zoom and I could ask all of our coaching clients and our blueprint clients that received consultations, if I could ask all of them to come on, all of them would probably say, oh my God, once I sat down with him and he started fleshing out all my ideas and picking my brain and unraveling all that stuff and unscrambling the scrambled eggs, and when he put that thing back together and it made sense to me, I was off for the races. We've had so many testimonies within the first few weeks of our 1-year business coaching program. We've had so many testimonies. I'm talking about real testimonies of people who once they left the first coaching session, within a day or so, they had new clients. They were calling. Their problem was like, what do I charge people? That's a good problem to have. When somebody calling you back saying, oh, I enjoyed the coaching session, but here's my biggest issue. What's your biggest issue? What do I charge people? Because I got people responding now. I'm like, yeah, baby, I love that. So I want you to reach out to me. Or maybe you don't want the one-on-one coaching for a whole year. Maybe that's not your cup of tea. You don't really want to be committed. You may need to do it on your own pace. Well, guess what? Our blueprint game plan, it's all of what I teach as a consultant and as a coach on virtual video programs, on courses, on modules, lessons that you can learn at your own pace. So you could get that, or you could get the coaching, and that comes with the coaching along with other benefits that we're providing. So reach out to us today. All the information is where? In the comments. So let us know what we can do to help you. We're here to serve. We're here to provide solutions for you so that you can get to your next level. I love y'all. Really appreciate all of you for your feedback, for continuing to engage and support the Ramon Preston Show. Y'all know we'll be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon. So until then, continue to have an amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 12 noon.